Roundup Part 2, Dragon Quest XI. I've started Dragon Quest XI having never played a Dragon Quest game before. I find it utterly charming and I love the world, but I do worry that it's the kind of game I can't really get lost in the same way maybe I could have when I was younger and had more time. I will return to this in 2025, but people say that about these massive JRPGs, don't they? No, I will. Star Trucker. I'm sure there was a film of this, right? Wasn't Dennis Hopper in this movie? Did I make this up?
All they need is a man who'll deliver.
What have you got?
It is a rush shipment to Earth.
No questions asked.
We'll do it.
Spent almost an hour trying to hook up my first trailer. If you've ever played a truck simulator and tried to do that thing where you reverse with the trailer, and it's like an exam in trigonometry that you keep failing, well, try doing it in zero gravity with 360-degree freedom of movement in every plane for both your cab and the trailer. Sound like fun? No? Correct. Urban Trial Freestyle. I've had this in my Steam library for a very long time. It came out in 2013, and as I don't remember buying it, I assume it came in a Humble Bundle at some point. But I decided to play it in 2024, and I was pleasantly surprised. I think the whole time I've looked at it and thought, ew, awful cheap knockoff of Trials, and assumed that meant it was going to be practically unplayable. But while it is certainly a cheap knockoff of Trials, it's pretty competent at aping the gameplay. It's not as polished, you can encounter moments of frustration, but there's a good scaling difficulty that rewards additional skill, rather than making it punishingly difficult to finish the stages. There's not much variety in the backgrounds, but what there is fun, in a comedy apocalypse kind of way. I quite enjoyed the couple of hours I idly spent on this one. McPixel. This is a weird one because it starts off amazing and you're all like, oh, look how adorable this is. Look at that funny reference. Look at that Easter egg that we get because we're hipsters and we've seen films. This is so creative and done with so little. And then after about 40 minutes, it's, this shit again? Jesus. So yeah, it's like having a pet, I imagine. Or a family. Man-Eater. I loved the concept of playing as a shark getting revenge on a wildlife reality show guy for killing your mum. And the production of that TV show was a fun surprise at the beginning, but you quickly discover that was all a bit of fluffy sparkle on top of a pretty dull, long slog of a cake that just takes all the grindy elements of a generic RPG, and had me deciding I didn't have time. Once you get past the opening abilities, the fun dissipates pretty quick. For me anyway, your mileage may vary. You suck at parking. You suck at making games, more like. Yeah, nailed it. This looked like fun at first, but it got far too hard far too quickly. And we've already established that I'm a filthy baby casual, so I bounced off it. Tin Hearts. A charming little Lemmings-style puzzle game that has a predictable but sweet enough story. Although I did get a bit tired of the slow pace and of the puzzle progression, I'd say I very cautiously recommend this one if you're after another one of those quiet, contemplative narrative games, and you like a little puzzle. F1 2023. I had to be reminded 3 times that I played this game this year. That's a good sign, right? It's gorgeous, but it doesn't have anything much in the way of fresh ideas. Might I say a little like the sport itself? And this one has a hilariously cringe story mode that quickly veers away from hilarious and well into cringe. Don't bother.